What it look like? What it look like? What it look like? There you go. That's what it look like. Win, lose, or draw. Pacquiao went 12 rounds. That's all that matters right now. Okay, so now I'm moving on. I'm moving on, and I see a fight that he should have next. I thought about it. Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero should be next to fight Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, Rolly Romero just came off a win with Ryan Garcia. So he's a hot commodity right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get in this truck. I'm going to explain to you why I decided to pick Rolly Romero and my reasons. So the reason why I decided to pick Rolly Romero is a couple reasons. Well, one, it could be a setup fight for Tank, or we could figure out what Mayweather's going to do, or we could find out what Tank is going to do. But in the meantime, if Manny Pacquiao is saying that he's still fighting, right? I think one of the best matches right now is Rolly Romero. Now, see, he's fighting under the PBC right now. And like in my last video, I'm like, you know, fighting under the PBC, there's always some sketchy shit going on, like what happened with Ugas. And as we can see, the fight with Mario Barrows, it was like a piece of a puzzle that had to be put in there. And that notice with Ugas that he got, that last minute notice, people say, well, you know, Manny Pacquiao, he fought so many different styles. It didn't matter if he got a 2-week notice or whatever, but everything do matter, right? Because you mentally and physically, you there ready to fight this man, and that doesn't happen, right? So that do take into account. But I'll get off the 4-year and 4-year layoff and, you know, the 2-month training and stuff like that. But if you look at the PBC right now, got nothing against them, but I feel like they're sketchy. But besides that, if you look at them, they got David Benavidez, which is fighting everywhere. He goes anywhere he wants to fight and stuff like that. And they got Tank Davis right now. And they need Tank to fight. They need Tank to fight, right? And now, in a way, since this became a draw, they still got Manny Pacquiao. If Manny decides to stay with the PBC and Amazon, which gave PBC a distribution deal, so everything will be pay-per-view. I know Turkey Ali Sheik is doing things different, but Manny Pacquiao is still a hot commodity. He's a so-called cash cow. He's an icon. He has a country behind him, even though people in the United States say they don't want to see this fight and that fight, fine. But he has a country and the rest of the world that wants to see him. So you close your eyes while other people watch. That's all I got to say to these ninjas. And when I mean ninjas, I mean black, white, Asian, whatever ninjas is against Manny Pacquiao, okay? I'm talking about those ignorant ninjas. So it's not just black people in America. It could be anybody else that's talking that foolishness. Because all these skeptics and all this shit saying that he's blocking, right? I got to say this shit over again. That's blocking the division. What's happening now? He proved himself. He went 12 rounds. This is what we're going to get. I think Rolly is the best matchup and a very fair matchup for him to come back. And this is what Manny Pacquiao said in his post-conference that I agree on, which I said in my last video about politics is just a distraction, bro. But I like to hear from his words and his words only. And when I heard this was a blessing to me. All right, let's listen.
For 4 years, I don't have a fight, and training for 2 months. It's not enough. Like I just start late because of election in the Philippines. So, but for those 2 months training, I discipline myself, like focus on nothing. Just training alone, just focus every day. But I'm so happy with my performance for 2 months training and no fight for 4 years. And about politics, forget about politics. I'm a private citizen right now. I want to live simple life, giving inspiration and to help. I'm still helping other people, you know.
And that's all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear. Forget politics. I'm a private citizen now, and you're going back to what you was put on this earth to do. Okay? You know, I thought politics was a distraction, but every man has their course, and they gotta take that course, and they gotta either fail or gain in that course they take. Okay, and it didn't work out at that time, right? And I thought it was a big distraction. I'm like, bro, but you gotta try and do what you gotta do to succeed in every aspect, right? That's why he could play chess, different languages. He's a go-getter, right? So my thing was like, bro, you could help people. You could put schools in your name, Pacquiao, businesses in the name of Emmanuel, right? You could put your name on everything and help people. Make homes, make schools. Politics to me is just people pulling you, lobbying and corruption, and you can't really be who you want to be when you're a politician. So I really didn't like when you was gonna do that, but that's my opinion, and everybody got an opinion like a fart in the wind. That's what the saying is. So I'm glad now that you're not gonna use this as an excuse, because right now it sounds like an excuse. I only had 2 months, right? And 4 years I was off, right? But I only had 2 months of training because you had to do these senior duties and all this shit. Bro, if you're gonna be a boxer, don't spit in God's face. Do it at your best ability, because if you took 4 years off and 2 months training and you came back looking like that, you could have been kept on fighting. Forget the exhibition matches, and you could have kept on winning or losing. It doesn't matter. At this time, you went past proving things to people. Now, like I said in my last 2 videos, I'm going to say it now. People say that you're a distraction, that you're blocking boxing and the rotation and the movement of how it's going. And I always say, Errol Spence, my eye, right? And 1 minute, people saying it happened in training and it didn't happen in training. I'll go there another time, right? And I hear people saying you're a distraction and you effing up the way the belts and who should fight next. And I say to that, Errol Spence did not do jack shito at 154. He didn't do nothing at 154, but this man was ranked number 1 or number 2 to fight Sebastian Fedorov, right? And he also got in the ring, and he cock-blocked Terrence Crawford, and really got nothing out of that. So when you tell about Manny Pacquiao skipping the line, listen, Errol Spence is not an icon. He skipped the line. He didn't just skip a line, he skipped a division to block Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford, okay, this is what you want to do? Go ahead and do it. And nothing got done. That's it. So I'm done with these politicians in boxing, and they talking about Manny skipped the line. Like I said, I got no bias with Manny, Mayweather, Canelo, Roy, Tyson. If they want to skip the line, they skip the line. If they, no matter what, these are the men that's attracting and bringing boxing back. And that's that. And where I'm trying to say now is what's going to happen with Tank Davis. Because I remember a clip, and I'm going to find it. I'm going to put it in my next video. I was trying to find it in this video. I saw it, but then I can't remember where I put it. Okay, because I'm 52 years old, right? But I'm going to find it. And he said in that clip, after Manny Pacquiao, this is what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, or whatever, right? When after Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman, he put on Instagram, and it said, I want to fight Manny Pacquiao next. Get it together, fucker. I want to fight Manny Pacquiao next. I want to fight Manny Pacquiao next. He said that. And all the boxing fans and the boxing historians, not the come-by fans, the fly-by fans, they don't know this. They won't remember this, right? Not the ones that you could throw or kick them like rocks and they could go anywhere, any direction. I'm talking about the hardcore fans. They know that this man, Tank Davis, did say that he will fight Manny Pacquiao. He wanted to fight. So why would he not say that right now? He was 40 when he fought Keith Thurman. Why would you not say that right now at 46? You got the advantage. Beat the old man. Listen, y'all both the same height, same height, same reach, and y'all both could crack. Tank, you got the advantage. And see, this is what I'm talking about, Tank. There's no excuses. Now, The only excuse you got is Lamont Roach. And where are we going to go with Lamont Roach? Because I thought I was going to hear an announcement. I thought I was going to hear a mother effing announcement when it came to you fight Lamont Roach in August. Now, from March, you fought him in March of 2025, March 1st. And from March, you're supposed to announce it to on the Manny Pacquiao fight. And then it should be in August. So from March to August is 6 months. Okay, now you got, you went to jail for a minute. You got bond. If you was training, you go right back to training. They should have had the announcement yesterday, right, with the Manny Pacquiao fight and shit, just saying that you're going to fight in August. And that means you should have been in training. Then there's a contract. They said there was no contract. But ninjas will complain you don't need a contract. You need a term sheet. And you need this, and you need that. But right now, if the fight ain't happening in August, is it going to happen in November? And I'm saying the only excuse, we're going to do this interruption. The only interruption you got to not fight Lamont Roach, it's Manny Pacquiao. Because I remember, fly-by fans, you don't remember this. But I remember in the hardcore, you don't care about belts. You about cash money, prize fighting. So, this is like a distraction. Well, this could be like, I'm not ducking Lamont Roach because I have a bigger fish to fry, and that's Manny Pacquiao. And if Mario Barrios could take the fight, I could take the fight. This is where I'm seeing that this could go. Now, is Tank Davis cut from that cloth where he have to go up 2 divisions? After he said he want to fight motherfucking Jake Paul, a heavyweight. And there's nobody going to sanction that fight because that's too much of a weight differential. But you running your mouth and you saying you want to do this and do that, right? But now the time has come. You got an old Manny, right? You could go in there and say, use this as an excuse not to fight Lamont Roach. I mean, the hardcores will still call you a duck. And I will call you a duck too. But cash moves everything around me. You see what I'm saying? So that will be the excuse. And people, Tank penis pullers will enjoy saying, well, you know, if he could do it, Tank could do it. And it is what it is, man. But are you great enough to go up these divisions? Manny Pacquiao was off 4 years, dog. 4 years. And came back to train 2 months. So the next fight that I feel, this is my opinion, I don't care about being wrong. I feel he should fight Rolly Romero if he's still under the PBC banner. I still feel like, you know, if he's still working with the PBC, that would be a great fight. You know, Rolly just beat Ryan. Rolly and Tank fought. Tank and Mario Barrios fought. People will be like, man, what's going on, man? Same 2 fight opponents that Tank have, Pac had, right? So whatever B would be, if you want to take that fight with Pacquiao, and if you win, you win. Like I said, Manny Pacquiao won already. So if you win, you win. If you don't win and you lose. Now, I'm hoping that Manny Pacquiao, there's no more distractions. No more central duties. No more this, no more that. Your wife is not holding you back, telling you can't fight, right? She's worried for you. You built for this, man. You that little engine that could. All right? So now, we here. So now, if that's the fight, I think that's the next fight you should have. That'll get your timing back because in that Mario Barrios fight, I saw your balance was a little bit off. You were stumbling a little bit. You was getting hit with a lot of jabs. On your retreat out, your defense wasn't really there on your retreat out. So it was your reflex on your defense, getting back on your defense on your retreat that I didn't like so much, and you had your hands down a lot, right? So you telling me if you had 2 months training and you did so much, you know, in that fight, and you still went 12 rounds, you went 12 rounds with Ugas, with cramps in your legs, cramps in your calves, and so on, right? So in my eyes, let's have a good training camp. Let's get back with Rolly. And now, this thing with Mayweather. Now, Mayweather said his health is his wealth. So what are we doing? Are you going to come back? Because right now the pressure, I'm starting to hear the pressure. There's only two pressures that's going on here. Tank pressure and Mayweather pressure. Now, would you let Tank, your protege that you don't deal with no more, fight Pacquiao, or would you? See, this pressure's on the ninjas now. Pressure's on the ninjas. Or would you come back and don't take no tune-ups or nothing like that? Remember, this man took 4 years off, did some exhibition matches just like you did. Y'all the same age. And we know this fight will make money. Matter of fact, if Pacquiao fights Rolly, if he defeats Rolly, I'm saying iffy because Father Time. See, I'm not biased, but I'm biased, but I'm not stupid. And Father Time could always pull time away from you. Okay? So I'm not playing that shit. Just like I said, when you asked me for a prediction, I said, I don't know what Manny Pacquiao's coming in to fight Mario Barros. If he fights like he fought Ugas, forget about it. If he fights like he fought Keith, I'm working with that. So I'm not here saying Manny Pacquiao's back and he's going to win. He been knocked out. Y'all know y'all hear from Blue Blood every day. You know, he got knocked out by Marquez. Marquez is my favorite fighter. You know, I love Marquez. And he got, every minute, this man got to remind you that he got knocked out. But I'm hearing a lot of ninjas kind of quiet. I hear a lot of ninjas quiet and trying to figure shit out. But I already told you where I'm coming from. So if Mayweather wants to come back, just come back. Just come back for that fight. And I want this fight to be with VADA. Not no one else. I don't want no new organization comes out where foolishness like this can happen. And I love to put this in because a lot of people feel like Manny Pacquiao is always on PEDs. Right? But this is one thing that I will never let you ninjas forget. After the weigh-in, listen to me very carefully, ninjas. After the weigh-in with May and Pac, what happened? What happened? See this? See that vein? That IV went into Mayweather's arm, right? In his house. He violated USADA, VADA, and WADA. You must not take an IV in your house. And he took more than whatever milligrams he's supposed to take of minerals, saline, or whatever, right? Because he was dehydrated. And I like to say this. It's not my words. It's his words. Matter of fact, let's get to this real nice.
Well, can you explain what you took after the weigh-in, the Pacquiao fight, where you had the TUE from USADA, the fluid that you took? And I was surprised that you had to take, whatever it was you took after the weigh-in that you saw that is saline solution and whatever else it was. I know you saw it, but they gave you a TUE.
I mean, with any fighter, some fighters take Pedialyte, limited touching or something. Just rehydrate. When a fighter's
well, my question is this:
you know, my urine, you know, like my urine was dark, like extremely dark. Darker than normal. That could be from overworking. Extremely dark.
Well, let me just say, the question I wanted to ask was, you're normally not struggling to make weight because you're walking.
I'm struggling there.
So I guess, why did you have to?
Because a lot of times what happens is that when you work, you become dehydrated. It's not that you're struggling to make weight. It's just he pushes himself so hard. You got to remember. I'm a lot older now. Yeah, and you got to remember too is that we're going down through. He's going down through the drug testing. So he's working out, having to get blood taken, give urine and do all this. Also with preparing for a fight.
Bullshit.
So nothing out of the ordinary.
What did you think UFC announced?
All right, permanent stamp. VADAtesting.org. Post-weigh-in IV rehydration is prohibited unless an emergency in a hospital or 100 milligrams, 12 hours. Carries risk and costly. Same is safely accomplished orally. Individuals promoting fighters to use IVs are not only against the clean sport, but risking an adverse test. So, you see that permanent stamp from BARDA. It's prohibited. And it could be used as a masking agent. All right? And if that was Manny Pacquiao, bro, you ninjas, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Ninja, stop playing with me. You know. There's no proof right now, like, you know, how Canelo got popped and everything. There's no proof that this man is on anything. But that's all y'all could speak about. So imagine if it was the other way around and Manny Pacquiao put an IV in his arm. Right? So, right now, I want VADA to deal with this. Voluntary Anti-Doping Association. I want them to deal with this. I don't want any funny business where money could change people's minds under the table and give excuses and TUEs. Because TBEs sound like TUE to me, right? And this is not biased talk. This is just real talk. It ain't come out my mouth. It come out Ella B mouth talking about what this man's doing, and he's acting like he's shitting what this man's eating. Mayweather, right? And he messed up in that clip. He said, oh, not we, he. Yeah, well, look it back. He said, oh, not we, he. He have all the answers for a man that took the IV. Listen, man, I'm not playing these games and no diva shit. It's either this man, Mayweather, comes back and comes straight into this fight. Easy work, man. Easy work. Make something clear. Before people say they don't want VADA, they want USADA. USADA is a private company. Okay, I know it sounds like United States anti-doping and it sounds like the Olympics and all this shit, but I'm going to show you proof that they're a private company, and private companies can take, you know, under the table. All right, VADA is a Volunteer Anti-Doping Association. They do the isotope test, they do the testosterone test, they do all the tests that need to be taken. All right, but let me just help y'all ninjas, because I know y'all have Google, but y'all just don't research because you like to listen to biased stations and channels and don't really care to do it. There's only what entertains your mind that you like to hear. So let me help you out with that definition of USADA and where it comes from. Despite its name and status as the country official anti-doping organization, USADA is a private organization and not subject to government oversight. Do you understand, ninjas? So in other words, privately, you could get influence to take a brown paper bag under the table. That's all I'm saying, okay? Yes, he was used in the Olympics, okay? And VADA has been used certain places also. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I don't want to hear this narrative of bring back USADA. We need USADA. Bring them back, because bringing them back, it ain't going to prove shit, okay? And they don't do half of what VADA does with the isotope, the HGH, and peptides, and I could go on, man. I could go on, and SARMs, and, okay? And like I said, when you with the WBC, they do post, right? So I'm not going to get into all this until that time comes. But majority of the time, like Maurice Suleiman said, most of the time we do post after the fight, right? Because it's expensive and so on and so on. When VADA is wet, I'm just going to make it real clear. When VADA is with the WBC, yes, the Clean Boxing Organization, they use VADA to administrate. You know, take blood, take samples, seal it, and stuff like that, and send it to official lab. When VADA works independently, they do the same thing. Okay? Now it's who wants to pay to do how much tests want to be paid. Pre-testing, training, and how many times this person's getting tested. But if it's under the WBC, they could just say, we're going to only test once or twice, and then we're going to do post, and that's it. We don't have to do numerous tests. All right? So there's VADA standalone, and there's VADA with the WBC. Now, let's get back to Tank real quick, and I'm saying this. I want to see the Lamont Roach fight. As a boxing hardcore fan, I'm going to be honest. I want to see this fight with Lamont and Tank Davis more than I want to see the fight with Tank Davis and Manny Pacquiao. I'm just being honest, yeah. And this is the way I feel like this because, like I said, not because, well, it's because of Manny Pacquiao's age and the odds are against him, yes. But he's a man that could do the impossible. That's also one thing. But I, as a boxing and trying not to be biased about what Manny Pacquiao should get, I still feel that Lamar Roach should get this fight. And he's owed a rematch. It's a draw. This man is, see how this is working over here? Manny Pacquiao don't come first over Lamar Roach. This fight should happen. So now, this is on Tank. If Tank don't do this in November, right? Hey, when is it going to happen? I think that'll be from March to November. It's 9 months. What are we waiting for? And if we're waiting, and if it's not that fight, the only excuse I need to hear from you is Manny Pacquiao. That's it. And Mayweather, like I said, Manny Pacquiao, don't run after this dude, man. Don't run after this dude. You have other fights that's going to be lined up. You can fight Rolly, like I said, and we see where it goes from there. Win and lose, we already know how you lose. We're not worried about a zero to make you a hero. We know what's up, man. So, I'm here. I want to give up a big up to Knockout 86, that bitch-ass ninja, Tank, penis puller, nut hugger. Yeah. What's up, Best Fight the Best? Devin Haney, ball hugger too. Yeah, the Pac-Tard is back. The Pac-Tard, long as Pacquiao is fighting, this Pac-Tard is here, man. So while y'all pulling and tugging and stretching and shit, you can say whatever you want to say about me. It is what it is, man. I come and go. My channel is not just about boxing. I moved on for boxing because, like I say, I could give you examples. Devin Haney, this one, that one. Fight starts, fight canceled. Boots, he wants two tune-ups and try to tell this man, Turkey Al-Sheikh, that he got to pay for it. I'm glad Turkey Al-Sheikh put him in this place, man. It's too much black drama for me. And it pisses me off. There's more drama than more fighting. So I'm getting kind of disconnected to boxing. So on my channel, I fear nothing. I come and I go. You might not hear another video about this until Manny Pacquiao fight. And then you'll see me doing other videos about politics, gender wars, anything else. And that's how I can get down on my channel now. I'm not going to sit all day talking about another man. Like this nigga, this ninja, knockout boxing, and this one BFT talking about Devin Haney all day. My proof is my action. Check out my videos. You'll see I only talk about boxing once in a while because I get tired of the foolishness and the regurgitated shit and what's going on more outside of boxing than what's going on inside boxing. I get tired of people canceling fights every damn minute. I thought Devin Haney and this man was going to fight. Brian Norman, what happened? Oh, well, he didn't want to take the vital test 2 weeks before. Listen, man, I'm done. When the fights come, it come. And then I come. Right there. So I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. It's not what they say, it's what they're not saying. I mix the lies with the truth and the truth with the lies. But at the end of the day, you love lies and hate the truth. And I'm going to let you know right now, hate fuels me. I love hate. It gives me a lot of fuel, right? So please, I want the comments to be very negative. It inspires me. Do your part, ninjas, black, white, whatever you are. Do your part and please give me comments. I need this realistic hate. But I can tell you one thing I really despise. Fake love. I love hate, but I hate fake love. I'm out. Scram.